City First Mortgage Service, LLC is the first place for all your needs. Branch Manager John P. Lewis and his staff can serve you with a smile and professional courtesy. Serving Georgia, Alabama, Florida, 770-598-0860. John P. Lewis, City First Mortgage Service, LLC. We place you first.
When you hear music, do the lyrics speak to you on a deeper level? I'm Bruce Thornton. Join me and Donna Wood every Friday morning at 10:30 a.m. on WQEE 99.1 FM, The Key, for our show, Lyrical Wisdom. Every week, we will dive into the lyrics of songs and uncover hidden messages that we hope will leave you feeling inspired and enlightened. We know that our ideas may not always line up with yours, so this show will be an open discussion. Email us with ideas for songs at lyricalwisdomshow@gmail.com. That's lyricalwisdomshow@gmail.com. Let's share some wisdom together.
The views and opinions of this show and program are not the views and opinions of this station, management, or its clientele.
Good morning. Welcome to WQEE 99.1. I'm Donna.
And I am Bruce.
And this is
Lyrical Wisdom.
Good morning, Bruce.
Good morning, Donna. How are you?
Oh my gosh, I am doing great. I'm so happy that the weather has changed a little bit.
It has. It has.
And I can breathe.
Yes. Oh, yes.
The heat has been very intense.
Very intense.
Yeah.
Very heating.
Yes, yes. Speaking of heat, there's something blowing warm in the song we picked today, isn't there?
There certainly is, yes. And it's a fair wind.
We'll have to, look into that for sure. So I thought this was a quite interesting song choice. I know Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Young. Because they went to Jazz Fest one year in New Orleans.
Oh, wow.
And I got to see them. But it was only two of them, I think, who they broke up.
I know that Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Young, they did break up. You're right. I just don't know who.
I don't know either. But anyway, it was a lot of fun. And this song it's an older song.
It is.
And some people may or may not recognize it.
Yeah.
Because I didn't.
This was written back in the day, I want to say. And on this same album, there's a song that I think immediately follows this that references that they went to Woodstock. It says something like,
okay.
And by the time we got to Woodstock, then there's another lyric and it says, and everything was a song and a celebration. It's a really fun song that they sing after this one on the same album. And so I feel like it's at a time when it's in the late 60s, early 70s. And it's been a song that I've listened to for a lot. It's just kind of funny because now we're looking at the lyrics on paper. Mm-hmm. And some of the lyrics, I didn't realize that was what they were saying. I feel like it's those jokes that we have out there where we're singing a song and it's the wrong lyrics, and it's just kind of like
I do that all the time.
And it's fun, but I don't know which songs for all of us out there are like that, but for me this one was one of them. I just didn't know how some of these lyrics actually were.
Well, Bruce, how about if you read the lyrics for us? We are doing Wooden Ships by Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Young.
If you smile at me, I will understand, 'cause that is something everybody everywhere does in the same language. I can see by your coat, my friend, you're from the other side. There's just one thing I got to know. Can you tell me, please? Who won? Say, can I have some of your purple berries? Yes, I've been eating them for 6 or 7 weeks now. Haven't got sick once. Probably keep us both alive. Wooden ships on the water, very free and easy. Easy, you know the way it's supposed to be. Silver people on the shoreline, let us be. Talking about very free and easy. Horror grips us as we watch you die. All we can do is echo your anguished cries, stare as all human feelings die. We are leaving. You don't need us. Go, take your sister then by the hand. Lead her away from this foreign land. Far away, where we might laugh again. We are leaving. You don't need us. And it's a fair wind, blowin' warm out of the south over my shoulder. Guess I'll set a course and go. Wow.
Mm-hmm. So when I was first introduced to these lyrics, I went right where I'm sure most of the world went, right? For me, it's a song because think of where they were then as well, late 60s, early 70s. Mm-hmm. Peace, love.
Yes.
Stop war.
Yeah.
It was during the Vietnam War.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So a lot of songs that came out then do seem to have this warring type of energy behind it, right?
One side against the other.
Yes,
yeah.
Yes, division.
Yeah.
And when I first read this, I kind of went there too, because for me, it's much, much earlier though. For me, I went back to the Civil War.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because I was trying to understand what they were trying to say in these lyrics about, I can see by your coat, my friend, you're from the other side.
Yeah, it's I can see by your coat, your uniform. And
right.
It's something that, you don't expect to kind of have. I agree. There are certain signs
the red
in this
coats
song. Just,
right. And can you tell me, please, who won?
Yeah.
Who won what?
Exactly.
So I'm like, oh, okay. And the more I looked into the lyrics, though, I was able to find the wisdom. That's why we're here, right, Bruce?
Yes.
So let's start. I love this. If you smile at me, I will understand. Because that is something everybody, everywhere does in the same language. Is that not the most beautiful lyric you've ever heard?
It is the most beautiful thing. I always thought that they said everybody everywhere does in the same way, but I love the fact that we found this as language, because that is true. That is the same language. When we smile at each other, that is one of the easiest ways to make people feel at ease.
Right, and to uplift them.
Yes.
Yes.
It's the smile itself is an uplifting of the mouth. So through the facial expression, we can lift up somebody else. It's amazing.
You can't not feel good when you're smiling, right?
It's really difficult to smile when you feel bad. Yeah, that's
or not feel good when you smile.
Yeah, because you immediately change how you feel.
Right.
You
Such a beautiful line.
It is.
So everybody in the world understands a smile. So each and every one of you listening today, please. Share a smile.
Absolutely.
Share a smile with someone today. I can see by your coat, my friend.
You're from the other side. And what I just thought of this in this moment, I can see by your coat, my friend, you're from the other side. There's just one thing I got to know. Can you tell me, please? Who won? Now, I just thought of this scenario. Here you have one person on one side, another on the other, two different sides, opposite sides. They are in a war or in a fight. They are now in a position where the dust has settled, and they don't even understand why they were fighting or who even won. Because that, to me, is what it is saying, too. It's kind of like, I can see by your coat, my friend, Obviously, there is not a realization that this person, maybe it's on the other side, but I can see by your coat, my friend, you're from the other side. That almost doesn't make sense if you have those opposite sides like that. And then there is just one thing I got to know. Can you tell me, please? And asking nicely with please on top, who won?
Yeah.
And it's kind of like, what the heck was going on in the first place? Why are we even here? And it can go to me in a deep way that way. I just kind of sank into that rabbit hole for everybody.
Well, no, but it's beautiful because you know where it all began? With a smile.
Yes.
The smile is what turned them into friends.
Yes.
Because had they just stared or glared at each other,
oh my gosh, yeah.
Do you think he would have called him his friend?
No. They would have been
it
a question.
Was the smile. It was that energy of, I see you.
The light.
Right. And I accept you.
Right.
No, I don't know who you are, but a smile says that you accept me. I feel that energy of acceptance, of love, right?
And everybody does that in the same way, in the same language.
Yeah. So also, I think, and we were talking about this a little bit, the possibility of, I can see by your coat, you're from the other side. This is something that we all do and have done, and I believe is the whole issue of why we war with each other, is because I see something different.
Right.
Your coat is not the same as my coat.
Right.
Therefore, you're different than me.
Right.
Really?
Right, yeah.
Does the coat mean skin color?
Does the coat
mean gender?
Gender? Does it
mean belief system?
Opinion? Yeah, something that you might have said that somebody overhears and they just don't happen to like it. Yeah.
Right. So that coat could be anything.
It could be anything because the person that's wearing it may never know that somebody has a trigger that is very easily triggered. And then the next thing you know, they're receiving this other person's anger. Yes, this division is something that is created sometimes within ourselves. And I know that we are actually at a point where a lot of people consider us very divided even today. But this song being written when it was, it's really interesting that it does have that kind of deep inner wisdom of looking at it like, okay, yes, I can see by your coat.
You're from the other side.
You're from the other side, but we're smiling at each other. We understand each other to be friends.
And I'm calling you friend.
Exactly.
Right.
Which really alludes to the fact that, we really don't know why we're actually fighting. And who really won? Because then, who really wins in the first place if we're fighting? Right,
because to me, and I'm going to go really deep here for 1 second, to me that war is within.
Yes.
Because our environment, everything outside of us, is a reflection of what is going on within us. And that is the basis that I'm trying to say about war. It's because you wear a different coat than I. Is it really something to fight about?
No.
It's like, wow. And so there's just one thing I got to know. Who won?
Yeah.
I mean, to me, that is the question he's asking inside.
Yes.
In other words, am I okay to step out and say, I love you? I don't care that your coat's, purple and mine's pink.
Right.
I still love you.
Right.
So who won?
Right.
There is no winner. We all are winners because in that moment we become one.
Yeah.
And I think that question was just, are you ready?
Yeah.
Are you ready to, to stop the battle within?
Yeah.
Who won? Does it really matter? Can I have one of your purple berries?
Yeah, I love that line. And
it's just out of the blue.
It is out of the blue.
Can you tell me who won? Say, can I have some of your purple berries?
Which I was wondering about that because my history with this song is that a friend of mine and I used to sing this song together when we worked together, and I was always under some sort of impression that the purple berries might have represented something else. But then I looked up purple berries. I just kind of Googled it, and purple berries can represent blackberries, bilberries, acai berries. I don't know exactly how to pronounce all of these, but elderberries and other raspberries, strawberries, cranberries that are all valued for their nutritional benefits. So what you could say about this is, say, can I have some of your purple berries? Yes, I've been eating them for 6 or 7 weeks now. Haven't got sick once. Probably keep us both alive. Well, honestly, that could be simple sustenance.
Right, simple food.
Simple food, but shared between two individuals who one is on one opposite side of the other. And so there is a sharing and a communal feeling of this. And because of this, I would say maybe the spirit of the times, it could be looked into as something else, more of an intoxicating type of purple berry, something that could produce an inebriative state. However, the sustenance side, I think, relates a little bit more to what we're actually talking about with some of this song, with the two opposite sides coming together. Why were we fighting? Who even won? Can we share something that's probably going to keep us alive?
Right,
and
right.
I think that there's a beauty in that. There's a beautiful kind of communal coming together there. And, then it goes into wooden ships on the water, very free and easy. Easy, the way it's supposed to be. And I think that kind of relates to a little bit of that, kind of trying to continue on the course of these two opposite sides coming together and seeing this enlightened moment. What are we doing here? Why is this happening? Why did this have to happen? And it kind of, to me, alludes to that with the wooden ships on the water, very free and easy, in the sense that people talk about ships passing in the night.
Right.
This idea that we can be on calm waters, ships passing in the night calmly, not even realizing that they're even there, because that would be almost the way that we could be free and easy.
Right.
By being able to be the ships in the night, by being able to be wooden ships on the water, very free and easy, calm and free to be and to just exist as we are.
Yeah. Going with the flow.
Thank you. Yes. That was quite
the current of the times.
That's right. Yes. Yes.
Yeah. It reminds me, Abraham Hicks, Esther Hicks, used to talk about this a lot. And while you were talking, of course, I could see the ships bobbing on the sea.
Yes.
And then it went down to the cork. She talks about a cork bobbing on water. And that's what we are supposed to be. Because when we try to, do things on our own, and grab that cork, it's going to pop back up forcefully to the top of the water where it can just float and be free and easy.
Yes, yes.
Right.
Oh my gosh, that's beautiful. Yes.
Yeah.
That's amazing because, yes, I really do feel like that's how it is, because then you're right. Nature has a funny way of enforcing its own kind of rule.
Yeah.
And it's going to make that cork pop to the top.
Mm-hmm. It's going to correct our course
it is
when we're too far off course. Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Because we're supposed to be wooden ships on the water, very free and easy.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. And we can see silver people on the shoreline. They let us be. Talking about very free and easy. Yeah. So who are these silver people?
Well, again, in the past when I would listen to that, I thought, boy, these guys must have been,
high
having
on
some
drugs.
fun. Yeah, what are they doing out there? But, I think that really the silver people on the shoreline let us be. That the Beatles sang the song "Let It Be." There's many ways of looking at those last three words that follow. Silver people on the shoreline, let us be. They could be the very enlightened ones.
I was going to say, I went back to that song we did, Come Sail Away.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, and it turned out, that they were spaceships that they were going to sail away on. So why can't these be aliens standing on the edge of the water, just observing?
The observers.
They let us be.
Yes. They're the souls, if you will, the ones that are just sitting back and, as a friend once said, eating popcorn, just observing. So, in that way, talking about very free and easy, I feel like that's the way I kind of like to see it. Really, that's what resonates with me, simply because that would be the silver people on the shoreline being able to step back and enjoy.
Right.
Yeah.
And then, of course, in the beginning, when my mind was still in that, oh, is this a war song? The Civil War, the one coat versus the other coat, in silver, is that the Confederate, the
Confederate
grays?
uniform.
I'm
Yeah.
like, what is this? But
absolutely.
I can really, when you dive deeper, there are different, it depends upon how open and free you are. As to the messages you can receive, because this next, it can go really bad in a way, or it could be, for me, I see it as the silver people on the shoreline speaking.
Absolutely.
And they're saying, horror grips us as we watch you die. All we can do is echo your anguished cries. Stare as all human feelings die. We are leaving. You don't need us.
And you could look at it that in a lot of different ways, but I think it's a very beautiful portion of lyrics there.
Okay.
And the reason why I think that is because I think you're right. The silver people on the shoreline saying, horror grips us as we watch you not die in the physical form of it, but as you let go of your attachments, let go of the former things that were holding you back from your new evolvement, your new growth, and becoming this new light that we are all growing into, we are all birthing into, what we are all becoming, what we are all becoming more aware of. And this awareness is a part of our growth into a new evolvement, I would say, as we evolve to a higher vibration and frequency. And so then all we can do is echo your anguished cries. To me, that is the cry of letting go of the things. Sometimes when we release things, it helps to release a yell or a scream or a cry. And
all
it helps
those
us.
Human feelings.
All those human
they have
feelings.
To die.
They do have to die. And it can help when somebody is with us, helping us release those things. Sometimes we need somebody to echo those anguished cries so we can release these things together, and then we can release them better. And then those feelings move on, and the person that helped us feel that and release that, they can say, okay, you've learned this lesson, you've experienced this moment, you've released these things, now we are leaving, you don't need us.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, that is, I find that to be incredibly beautiful. Sorry to go so far into it,
No,
but yes,
it is. And, it can go both ways, Bruce.
It can.
I believe we can take that literally, because
Right.
I believe that if they are here and we just can't visually see them, I know that's what they're saying.
Absolutely.
That they watch in horror as we kill each other.
Absolutely.
As we war
Yes.
with one another because, hey, you believe this and I believe that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, all we can do is, echo those anguished cries.
Right.
And it has to be us as individuals to change.
We have to change.
Yeah,
We can't expect somebody else to come from outside to change us.
Yes. And it's so simple. I can accept the fact that you believe that.
Yes.
And I believe this.
Yes.
I'm not going to kill you or war with you because you believe that.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Or go back to that coat, or because your skin is a different color, your gender is different,
Right,
you
yes.
speak a different language, whatever it is.
Whatever it is.
Right.
We have enough space for us to all hold space.
And and then this next paragraph, take your sister then by the hand, lead her away from this foreign land, far away where we might laugh again. We are leaving. You don't need us. To me, when you go back to all or almost all belief structures, systems in religion, that line is used a lot. My sister, take your sister, go therefore sister. And they would call everyone sister. It was, or sometimes brother.
Yeah, I was just thinking that. Yeah, it's brother or sister. Yeah.
But I believe that most people have this ingrained belief that women are not strong. And therefore, they always use this to show, take your sister by the hand, lead her away from this foreign land.
Save her.
save her.
This damsel in distress.
Right. There you go. Yes.
The archetype. It's a true archetype.
Yep. And that is no longer needed.
No.
For this, it should be stand up, brother and sister, hand in hand, leave this foreign land.
Right.
Nobody's leading anybody. We're all doing this.
We are all doing this together.
We're all doing this. And when we're going where we can laugh again.
That's right.
Which
where
is simply going inside and dying to those old feelings and belief structures and ways of being.
All those old archetypes.
And letting them go.
Shedding that skin.
And accepting, bringing in joy.
Yes. And
because
love.
We're supposed to be living free and easy.
Exactly. And that's the beautiful part about that last little bit.
And it's a fair wind. What is a fair wind, Bruce?
I believe it would be a kind wind.
A
that
kind
is
wind.
Helpful and coming to blowing warm out of the south over my shoulder, as he says.
No judgment.
No judgment.
The wind is blowing, and it's blowing on everybody and everything. It doesn't look at what coat you're wearing, whether you're a sister or a brother, whether, you speak this language or that, or you believe this or that. The wind is fair.
The wind is fair. The wind is. The wind truly is.
And it's blowing warm out of the south over my shoulder.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
Guess
line.
I'll set a course and go.
Yeah.
Why is it coming from the south?
I think you touched on something about that. I don't know if we have enough time to get into that, but I think that I would love it if you would tell them what you told me earlier today.
Well, it was interesting because we're in such an awakening right now that a lot of what you hear is the Christ light.
Yes.
The Christ light within, the second coming of Christ. All of this is really in the news right now.
Yes.
And a book that I found on my journey here in the past 3 years was called The Sophia Code, taking feminine mentors and allowing them to help you on your, dying and rebirth process of bringing in sovereignty and freedom. And from the south comes Mother Mary. And I just thought it was interesting that, the Civil War began because of the South, I believe.
Absolutely.
The North was warring against the South, and the South is known for its hospitality, its acceptance of anybody and everything. And the mentor that comes from the South in this book is Mother Mary. And what did she do? She brought in the original Christ light.
Absolutely.
That loving energy that was anchored on earth thousands of years ago, which we are awakening to today.
The source.
To anchor that Christ light into earth once again.
What an uplifting moment.
Yeah,
Donna,
all from Wooden Ships
incredible.
by Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young.
And this is why it is such a gift to have you this morning on Lyrical Wisdom. Thank you, Donna.
I hope you all join us, and please don't forget to send us your requests to lyricalwisdomshow@gmail.com. We'll see you next week on Lyrical Wisdom.
If you smile at me, I will understand, 'cause that is something everybody everywhere does in the